Hey guys, Danny here with Gay Gamer Geek, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this awesome Damian Wayne inspired Robin mask. It's really easy, so let's get to it. So for this project you will need a few things. You'll need a foam brush, gesso, a mask template, your face cast, Worbla, scissors, an X-Acto, a pen, and a heat gun. Make your mask template. Check out my previous video. Just click the link on the left hand corner. It'll take you right to it. So my first step was to cut out my face template, my mask template, and then cut out a piece of my Worbla. Now I'm actually just going to take my pen and trace my mask pattern onto the Worbla. Now I use a pen because it doesn't smear or smudge, and I get a nice dark clean line. Now that I have my pattern traced onto my Worbla, I take my heat gun and I just warm up the Worbla to make it nice and flat and an even surface. This really helps when I am cutting out my pattern. So now I'm ready to cut. Also, the reason that I did heat up my Worbla was that it makes it much easier to cut your pieces out. Worbla is typically a very firm material, so the heat softens it up, makes it a little gummier, makes it a lot easier to cut through. Ensure that you take your time when you're cutting this pattern because you don't want to make a mistake. Worbla is incredibly expensive and you would hate to have to start over. So now that I have my pattern cut out, I'm going to hit my Worbla again with my heat gun, and I'm going to use my X-Acto to cut the eye holes out. So my process with this is to basically score the lines of the eye holes. I'm not trying to actually cut through. I'm going to score it very carefully, and then later I'll come back again and rescore it, and it should just pop right out very easily. If you're having difficulty, just remember to just keep blasting it for very short durations with that heat gun, and that'll help you cut through. Now that our template's completely cut out, I'm going to hit it again with some heat, just to make sure that I'm working with a nice flat surface. And then I'm going to take my pen and just kind of roll it around the side of the eye holes to make sure that they're nice and smooth. If you don't have a face cast, feel free to use a mannequin head or a styrofoam head. Just be careful heating those items up because they could melt. So with my face cast, what I do is I heat the Worbla up and start forming it to my face. I make sure not to use too much heat because I don't want to melt the Worbla or distort it where it's too difficult to work for. And I just really take my time around my eyes and the curves on my nose. As you can see, once the Worbla gets pretty warm, it starts to mold itself, but you will have to play around with it for a little bit. So one of my final steps is to prime my mask with gesso. If you don't know what gesso is a white primer that a lot of people use with their crafts. And the reason I use the gesso on the mask is since Worbla is not smooth, I can apply gesso, let it dry, sand it, and I get a nice smooth surface. I usually do somewhere between 3, 8, 10, 20 coats. And in between each coat I paint it. So this is going to be the most time-consuming portion of this project, but it's very, very much well worth it. Now that our mask is primed and sanded, the last step would be just to paint your mask. I would highly suggest to use a spray paint so you get nice even coats. And there you have it, that's how you make your mask. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Till next time, bye Felicia.